Studying this small trailer over and over again, I've looked at every single aspect of visuals and audio possible. I've watched the fragments of what appears to be dust fall from every dark spot on the screen. First seeing the dust seemingly roll down the chisel on the right side of the screen, I thought it was odd, but then seeing that the other specks drift down had me sigh in disappointment. I wasn't getting anywhere. I continued to look. The way the strange crank made of bone, obviously a leg bone, moved as tension was drawn on the rope was a long study as well. I looked over the blade that was wrapped in the bloody rope. The data text that is written all over the background was something beyond my capability of reading, so I had to look that up. All anybody could make out of it as far as I know is tiger. As I stared at the video over and over again, I often found myself trying to look past one thing that seemed to be too obvious and in the way of the background. The bloody rope. The strange thing I found was that the crank itself had little to no blood on it. That's kind of odd considering how saturated the rope is, don't you think? Maybe it was just a red rope, or maybe it was symbolizing a red rope. So I looked into that. I discovered that practitioners of different faith uses the color red for different reasons. Most often, the color is used on a string or a rope as an act of faith. This led me on a path toward the red thread of faith. The red thread of faith is an East Asian myth that says the gods tie an invisible red cord around the ankles of those that are destined to meet one another in a certain situation or help each other in a certain way. Most say it's the god, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, which translates to Old Man Under the Moon. Wait, the moon? He is believed to either live inside the moon or in the obscure regions, which is apparently the Chinese equivalent of Hades according to Wikipedia. Once he ties a knot with this red string, nothing can stop the marriage. Okay, so marriage, moon, blood, land of the dead. My first reaction to the teaser when I first seen it was there's no way they're making a Bloodborne 2. Well, after finding this, my theory has led me to the one place I thought it wouldn't. I assumed it'd be a new IP, or Tenchu if they were calling back to an already existing IP, but this has changed my mind. What if this is just a clever way of introducing the sequel to Bloodborne? Look, I've played through Bloodborne and I beat it once, but I have no clue. I got probably like 3/4 understanding of the lore itself, so I'm gonna leave that up to my betters. It's just beyond me at this point. However, I do know that the entire game is about blood, of course, but there's also something else that's constantly being brought up. The moon. I seem to remember some talk about marriage as well. There's the Bloody Bride, Yharnam, the Thumerian queen, I probably butchered that as well, who is Murgo's mother. There's Annalise, Queen of the Vile Bloods, that you can propose to, who apparently turns you down. I never got that ring in my playthrough. As far as the Asian theme of my theory, along with the Asian text and music, well, there's a hunter that comes from a far-off eastern land that you run into in the DLC. Maybe we're traveling to his land. I honestly don't know enough about the story to go deeper into any connections, but I think that my theory is sound enough to stand amongst others. So what do you think? Do you think that this is a clever teaser to Bloodborne 2? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Honestly, the more I dug into this, the more excited I became. Could I be right? I honestly don't know, but I kind of hope so at this point. Anyway, if you liked the video, then feel free to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. Have a great day. So now, excuse me, I'm going to go replay Bloodborne now. Later.